Y'all, come on in, come on in. So, in a recent interview with Carlos King, Shay Johnson had a lot to say. What's interesting is that she had the same story to tell about Scrappy that Bambi's had, Erica Dixon, Diamond. So now it's her turn. She shared a lot of other things, but what's interesting to me is that, damn, Scrappy, he's the same man to all of them. But anyway, she said that her and Scrappy had a complex relationship. So did the other girls. She said that she is the reason that Scrappy was on Love and Hip Hop. So did the other ladies. She said that she had started dealing with Scrappy, and he was supposed to come on the show as, her love interest. And she was taken aback when she found out that he had brought Erica on the show, whom he said he wasn't dealing with. That turned out to be a lie. She also said that 1 week before proposing to Erica, Scrappy was smashing her to smithereens. And she said that Scrappy told her that Love and Hip Hop brought the engagement ring and that earned him some extra money. And he got a bonus. He got some bonus money when he proposed to her. So she said the engagement was over before it even started because that's when Bambi entered the picture. Bambi was the side chick. And I think Bambi confirmed it on her interview with Carlos King. But apparently she didn't know that Scrappy was with Erica. She knew, but she didn't know. So she knew he was lying, but she wanted to believe that lie as the truth, if that makes sense. So Carlos has had all of them on the show, and everyone has a different story, but they all agree that Scrappy has an inability to maintain a monogamous relationship. They all agree on that. But overall, they say he's a great guy. Okay. What's also interesting is that every one of the ladies said they started off as just friends with Scrappy. It was platonic for a long time before it got physical. And that's how you finesse these women. Back in the 90s, you finesse them by getting into their head. Once you get into the head, the body is right around the corner. But that's the 90s game. It ain't going to work with today's women because we're more discerning. But what I really liked is that she says Scrappy saved her from an abusive relationship that she was in for a long time. She said he was there for her. He helped her move her stuff out. Like, he was really there for her. And I really did appreciate that about him. And they all say he is a very good person, but a lousy ass partner. Like, he will have you, y'all can be exclusive, but best believe one of the women that he's been having in rotation is going to be around. But if any one of the women is done, I would say Bambi. Because I remember Erica said that she would consider getting back with him, but he has a lot of growing to do. Shay says Scrappy is that dude. If she called him right now, he would be there in a hurry. And I believe it. But Bambi can say the same thing. So can Erica. So can Diamond. Anytime Diamond or Erica needed Scrappy, he was there. That's the type of person that he is. Yeah, he gonna be there for you, but he gonna have some ass on the side. He's consistent with being himself. He's fair. Not one of them has been treated any better than the next. So before I go any further, let's just hear some things she had to say. This interview was 1 hour and 39 minutes long. Obviously, I can't play the entire thing, but let me just play this. And once you guys are done listening, I'll be back to share some more things that she said.
Yeah, she works for Gucci Man.
Yeah.
She was my manager at the time. She's the one that got me on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She knows Mona. Mona reached out to her like, hey, you know anybody in Atlanta might want to do the show? She's like, yeah, my girl Shay. So she's like, Shay, who do you want to go on the show with? They're looking for like couples. I was like, well, me and Scrap got a thing right now because I was in an abusive relationship. Scrappy helped me out of it. A lot of people don't know that. That man is in jail for the rest of his life right now. but not for beating me, for another situation I care not to talk about. But he used to beat me all the time. So Scrappy helped me out of it. I had to literally move out my house immediately. He helped me move. He just helped me out of it. And we
financially and emotionally?
Everything. He helped me with everything. Emotionally, financially. He just knew. One day I called him and I said he did it again, but this time he seen it. He said, you got to get up out of there. So when I went back, he said, let's just go. We packed all the stuff up. I moved out, and around the same time, not too long after I got out the situation, that's when he and Diamond kind of fell out because of Soulja Boy. So we were friends for years, no sex, no nothing. He was just my best friend, like, because I could tell him anything and it didn't go anywhere. It stayed between us. I would travel with him. We went out the country together. There was no sex. We went to London, Switzerland, Amsterdam, we were always together all the time. Like, it's easy for me. You don't have to have sex with, he was a friend. He was just a friend. Like, and sex wasn't involved. I felt like that would destroy what we had. But when I went through that vulnerable moment of that man, hitting me, and Scrappy wasn't in a situation, I wasn't in a situation, I think it was the timing, and we ended up having sex. So, because of that, we started seeing each other, and I was naive in a lot of things, and I ended up asking him, what do you think about doing Love and Hip Hop with me? He said, yeah, and the rest is history. Yeah.
Was he already on Love and Hip Hop?
No. Scrappy did not get on Love and Hip Hop until I asked him to come on the show with me. I am the one that got Scrappy on Love and Hip Hop. Mona did not call Scrappy and say, hey, you want to do this show? My manager, Amina, told Mona, like, hey, Shay been messing around with Scrappy. They got a thing going on. She want to do the show with him. What I didn't know was he was bringing Erica, Mama D, and
Shay Johnson.
You know how I found out that Erica was on the show? When I seen the release, they wouldn't allow me come to the party. You know how they have the release party in the beginning, the viewing party of the first episode, and I wasn't allowed to come. And I'm like, well, why is keep in mind, I didn't understand the format of this reality show. This is totally different from Flavor of Love, Charm School, I Love Money. We did that 3-4 weeks and we was done. This is different. So I'm like, how is it I've been filming with this man and I'm not able to come? I don't understand that. I found out why, a lot of things hit me when I watched the show. Like, oh, he brought his baby mama on, who you told me you weren't with, who you just got a friendship with and you're just co-parenting with. So you brought her on, and then she ended up being the main character. And I'm like, hold on now. I came on this show and brought you, but he said, allegedly, the agreement was she would take him off child support if he put her in a position on the show to make money. But she didn't know about me either. She didn't know nothing about me. All I knew is that was his child's mother. That's it. So he was a man playing his little manly games back then. So.
I never knew that.
Ask him.
Well, Scrappy.
Ask him. You can't lie. He's actually
Scrappy. I have had you on my show twice, brother. Do I need to invite you for a third time?
He will admit it.
So were you aware of Bambi at this time?
She was nowhere around. I didn't know her. I wasn't associated with her. I knew nothing about her. As far as I'm concerned, as far as Bambi, I seen her at I think it was season 2, when we did another release party, and I seen that she was trying to come up to the VIP section. For some reason, they wouldn't let her, but it's real sneaky when it comes to, they want to keep certain people separated, so maybe something could have been going on then. I knew nothing about her. When he was in rehab, he was talking to me. Ain't no telling, he was talking to his baby mama, he was talking to probably 5 different women. Who knows? I don't know. But I was still dealing with him at that time. But I did know that Erica and Scrappy separated as far as the proposal because of Bambi. I was told that a while ago. So allegedly, I guess Bambi would listen. I guess she was, dealing with Scrappy, but Scrappy was telling everybody different stories. So I'm sure he was telling Bambi one thing, Erica another thing, me another thing, and then here comes Diamond. Like, this is what he does. He says one thing and he kind of does the next. He's a hopeless romantic.
Were you in love with Scrappy?
At one point, yeah, absolutely. He's not a bad guy. He's just, what man don't cheat? I mean,
all black men don't cheat.
I just said, people. It's to me, it's timing. You go through your life and your stages of, running around, messing with this person, that person, and at one point in your life, you want to have a committed relationship. You understand life, and you find that one person you want to spend the rest of your life with. You know, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. So at that time, he was all over the place. I didn't even know he was going to propose to Erica until he proposed to Erica. I was just with him sexually not too long before that proposal, maybe a week.
The proposal on the reunion.
On the reunion, yeah. I broke down.
I remember being there, and when you were like leaving the stage, and if people cut back to that moment, you're watching the monitors, Shay, and you saw when Scrappy was proposing to Erica, and you stared at the monitor, and then you just walked away.
I walked away. I walked up the stairs. I walked out that door because I didn't want the cameras to see me, and I fell on the floor. I fell out on the floor, and I started just boo-hoo crying because it hurt my little feelings. I called my mom, and he actually started blowing me up that night. Calling. I wouldn't answer the phone. I changed my number that night. He started calling. Not too long after that, he reached out, found me through a mutual friend. Like, tell her I just need to talk to her. Some. Of course, here I am. Hey, what's going on? He poured his heart out to me. We met up. He poured his heart out to have the tears and everything. I'm sorry. He actually told me Love and Hip Hop paid for the ring. I told Erica this. Like, me and Erica had a really good conversation. On camera, we had a really good conversation, and we talked about a lot of different things. There's no beef, no drama.
Yeah.
I think she's actually a cool girl.
She is.
So, but I told her, he told me that Love and Hip Hop paid for the ring, and she was like, oh, that little cheap ass ring. Erica. I'm like, yeah, girl. So
Erica, did you get it appraised?
And he got paid a bonus to do that. It's a lot that going behind the scenes that the world would probably.
So y'all heard all of that. So Shay also shed some light on what really happened with her and Estelita. So she said they wasn't close to begin with, but she realized that Estelita ain't the type of chick she really wanted to fool with after she refused to come to her daughter's party because Love and Hip Hop wasn't. She wasn't coming because Love and Hip Hop didn't agree to pay her $2,000, child. Estelita says she is not clocking in for free. Now, I get it, but I mean, if y'all trying to build a friendship, support the girl, show up to the party. But the fact that you didn't because you wasn't getting paid is dead ass wrong. I don't know. I would feel some type of way about that too. I mean, damn, did you have to tell her you ain't coming because you wasn't getting paid? Say you can't make it. But damn, to be brutally honest like that. So she also discussed her beef with Eliza, which is future baby mama, that he hasn't claimed. I wonder if he's taking care of the child. I don't know, but he doesn't claim that baby. So when Eliza was going in on Shay, when she was talking to Amara, Shay said she approached her about that, and Eliza broke down into a crying fit. And then said that production made her do that. So Shay explained to her that you don't have to do everything or say everything that production asks you to do. If you don't want to do it, just simply say no. So she said she thought they cleared the air only for Eliza to go around and do the same damn thing. Dragging her through the mud, saying that she stole this woman's man, saying that the Tesla does not belong to her. It belongs to the fiance. So that's how they fell out. And she said because of that, she refused to film with Eliza or Estelita. But she said production kind of begged her to invite Estelita to her birthday dinner. And she was compensated for that. Listen, money talks. So then she discussed Amara and how she's surprised that Amara would be friends with Eliza and Estelita. Both of these ladies have slept or frucked Safari. Now, these supposed to be her friends. And like, it's so weird when you think about it. But I mean, when you need some coin, you're bound to do anything. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. I still don't know if that storyline was real. And Carlos asked Shay, was the proposal real? She said she don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just so weird. I don't buy it. So then Shay said that she doesn't like Alan, which is Amara's baby daddy. She don't like him because of the things he said and done. Girl, Fabo ain't no better. He's no better. If you're not gonna like any man, it should be your own. So in this interview, there was a lot of lying going on, a lot of delusions, a lot of projection. Shay is not honest with herself about who Fabo is. So she said that Fabo is the love of her life, and that Love and Hip Hop, they're the ones that put out that cheating narrative as if he never cheated. But then later on says that they broke up because he cheated. And you also said on the show that he cheated. Girl, who do you think you're playing games with? So Shay says that Fabo had this self-proclaimed fiance that went on Tasha K for an interview. Now, I missed this. I'm going to have to search through the archives and look for that video because I never knew it existed. Well, anyway, this self-proclaimed fiance purchased her own ring, according to Fabo. Fabo called her ugly, fugly, if you will. He said the family referred to she said Fabo's family referred to the girl as Shrek. As Shrek. But Shay, you're not that good looking your damn self. So yeah, the family refers to her as Shrek due to her ugliness. Shay's words, not mine. So Fabo told Shay that this lady brought her own engagement ring and that he was only with her because she gave him everything he wanted. And then she had the nerve to say the lady was stupid to call herself a fiance for 3 years, and that if he haven't married you by then, he won't. Shay, you're telling your own story, baby. So she said Fabo had a lot of situations before her, but he never married none of them. And he didn't marry her either because he's known her longer than the situations he's been in, according to her. And for some people, marriage isn't the end all be all, but it is for Shay. So she's doing a lot of projecting. She's describing herself because she's aligned with the very damn women she's talking about. So Shay goes on to say that the ex-fiance was a robot. And as a matter of fact, he's had numerous robots, but the ex-fiance was the dumbest one. Shay, when are you going to realize that you fall into the category with these women? The only difference is you probably make more money, which means Fabo is robbing you blind. So the more she talked, the more she just exposed the type of relationship she's really in and exposed the lies. So she wants us to believe that Fabo, okay, who was living in Milwaukee with an ex-fiance who was tricking off on him, that this man is able to purchase a Tesla for you. Girl, he did not buy that car. I don't know where the hell it came from, but Fabo did not buy it. And when Eliza was spilling the tea, I think she said the ex-fiance bought it. I mean, that's more believable, being as though she was his sugar mama. Long story short, Shay thinks she's better than the ex-fiance and the other women that he's been with, but being picked by a man in order to be used for his pleasure, girl, it's not something to brag about. Your mother clocks your tea. That man is using you. But what really pissed me off is that Shay mocked the ex-fiance for not being able to have kids, only to turn around a few seconds later and cry about losing hers. That disgusted the hell out of me. Like, she really put this woman down as if she's beneath her because she can't have kids. And then the people in the comments, as well as Carlos, had the nerve to say that they're praising her for her growth. Where is the growth? Because I don't see it. And are we listening to the same interview? But then again, what can you expect from a woman who chose her man over her mama? But, I mean, she had quite a bit to say about her mama, too. So she said that her mama is this Holy Ghost having Christian woman who always talked to her about forgiveness, but yet is unwilling to forgive Fabo. She said that her mama did not forgive Fabo because she was doing too much for TV and she allowed the fans to get in her head. But I think that her mama didn't want to forgive him because the apology wasn't real. He only apologized because Shay made him. So Shay says that her relationship with Fabo has been hell. But overall, I mean, that's her one and only, the love of her life. And she said no relationship is perfect, which is true. Every relationship faces challenges, but to be in constant distress, because that's what I think about when she said her relationship has been hell. You're in constant distress. Hell no. That's not healthy at all. Let's normalize healthy relationships, please. Everyone wants to be, in a relationship where they feel loved and respected. But to be going through hell with this person, no, get out. And have you ever had an anxiety attack? That's the feeling. That's what it feels like when you're in a relationship and you're going through hell. A constant, everyday, daily, 24/7 panic attack. Male or female, if y'all in a relationship and you're going through hell, please get out. If y'all made it this far, and I hope you did, leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think about this interview, and go listen to the whole thing on Carlos King channel. But I listened to it so you wouldn't have to.